My main question was, what was it about this small, previously unknown town that now seemed like it was the epicenter of the new civil rights movement in America? The more and more I watched the events unfold in Ferguson, there were more and more questions that I had that just were not being answered. At some point, I decided as a journalist, as a concerned citizen, to go down to Ferguson. I wanted to be able to at least address some of these questions that I had.
Before the civil rights movement, black folks would come to work in Ferguson, but then they had to be out before the sun set on them.
When I arrived, this is about 3 weeks it had been since the funeral. These people were coming up to me, asking me, "Miss, can you interview me? Can you take footage of the police line? Can you document and show that this is wrong?"
They're yelling because they're angry, they're heartbroken, and it's been 3 weeks to this, like this is not an unfamiliar scene.
It started to sound like a collection of diverse voices. Yes, there was the angry black resident, but then there was the angry white college student who was so ashamed that a body lay in the street for 4.5 hours. And I think that these voices helped me to start kind of getting a better sense of Ferguson. It's a community that was suffering quite a bit before this event really served to be almost like a powder keg. And that's what brought the eyes of the nation, if not the world, on this town in Missouri. I'm starting a fundraising campaign. My goal is to raise $12,000. This money is necessary in order for me to complete my film. The funds will first go toward covering production costs. That's editing, color correction, sound, and even legal fees. Once the post-production costs are covered, then we move on to the distribution phase. The film will be entered into international film festivals. The costs associated with that include entry fees, as well as publicity and promotion. I'm asking for your assistance, your support, your partnership in helping me to get this film, Ferguson Documented, in 36 hours out to as wide of an audience as possible. With your help, with your support, whatever contribution, large or small, you could help toward my goal amount, it would be greatly appreciated.
It ain't just about Ferguson. It's about us being just as human beings in America.
When I first set out to do this film, it was because I wasn't hearing this in the mainstream news reports. And I think that I'm not unlike maybe other people who would hear and read a lot about Ferguson, but still had questions. So it's my sincere hope that you will be willing to work with me, assist me, and let's get this out to as many people as possible. Be a part of this very grand project.
When it gets dark.